Hello everyone, and welcome to In Defense of Inoculum. I liked this album, and there's been some, not naming names, but there's been some slander about this album lately, and we're about to set the record straight. Inoculum is good, you're all just cowards. So, new Tool album, first album from the infamous prog rock metal band in 13 years. And a lot of people either really liked it or really didn't. I found myself to be one of the people who really liked it. I think the first thing to mention is that I don't know if I would even call this a metal album. It obviously has like a lot of metal elements, and like Tool is a metal band, that's what they're considered. So obviously in that regard it's a metal album, but this is probably the least metal thing they've ever done. And I think that's why people are disappointed, because, Tool is up on this pedestal of like, this is what metal should sound like. These are the god tier men of prog rock, and, if they're not doing what they've been doing, then we've lost hope. And I just don't agree with that at all. This album is an hour and a half long, and I think a lot of people had a problem with that also because it's very long. And there's just a few songs that are like 10 minutes each. And starting with Fear Inoculum is the first song. And I can understand why people find that to be boring, but for me it kind of goes back to like what I like about 2001: A Space Odyssey. A lot of people say that that's boring, but that's one of my favorite movies, and it's like, we're spending a lot of time in these areas, not, in these areas on these things, long shots or long, repetitions in music, not because we want to be boring and artsy. Like, there's something in it, in that repetition, in forcing you to sit with it for a long time, that has always been an interesting experience for me, and something that I really enjoy, and I really enjoyed about this album. Like, they did in the interludes a lot. But, right off the bat, the first song is good. Like, it has metal elements, it has prog rock elements, it ebbs and flows really well, it knows when to pick up and build energy and then release, and it's good. Also, the production's really clean, which I think everyone agrees with, and some people had a hard time with that, but like, that shouldn't be, the cleanliness of the production shouldn't really play into how much you enjoy it. Like, obviously, the cleaner something sounds, the better it's gonna be, unless, we're talking about like Twin Fantasy, because, that's a whole debate, the re-recording and the original, what's better. People like the more lo-fi aesthetic, and then people like really clean productions, and I think they both can be beautiful, and I don't think it weighs on the quality of an album as much as people think it does. These aren't chopsticks, by the way. They're like chopstick tongs. They're my roommates, not mine. And these are dumplings from AGB. Which, fun story, I've already told it before, but I'll say it again. In Italy, they call pot stickers or dumplings Chinese ravioli. So do with that information what you will. But anyways, all of the interludes, all the stuff that kind of is more noise, more experimental, and less prog rock, less metal, I really enjoyed, and I think I loved that, like, Tool kind of gave into that more. I feel like with each album, they've been giving more and more into that, and this album felt like a nice progression, a nice evolution into that. Like, when you look at Undertow, their first album, like, that's metal. That's a metal album, period. And as we've gone on more and more, it's like to just you know, that's something I enjoy. Artists should be allowed to change and evolve. Like, I'm not gonna knock them for not being like, metal, we are metal, always metal. Like, do whatever you want as long as it's good and you care about it. And I feel like this is good, and I feel like, again, like I always say, rehash the same point. If you're passionate about something, it comes across, and it's good, so. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but yeah, the main criticism I feel like this album's getting is that it's uninteresting. Which, that's fine, you're allowed to have your own opinion. You're allowed to think that about it, but for me, that saying that being your argument of why it's not good, like, kind of comes down to the whole, well, you just didn't enjoy it, and that's fine. But there's not really much of, like, I don't want to say that you can't critically say why you didn't like it, like, obviously you always can. But when the main point is, like, it was uninteresting, well, it's like, well, it was uninteresting to you. That doesn't make it uninteresting, you know? So I don't know. The interlude songs I liked a lot. Calling Voices. That one was like a pretty Calling Voices, and I think Descending were the ones that I was like, okay, this sounds like a Tool song. But songs like Chocolate Chip Trip, like that was very different, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That's probably my favorite song on the album. Like, it's really good. I liked in Legion and Inoculum. I think that I pronounced that correctly. I really liked the ending sounds. I think it was supposed to be like a kind of ocean-y sound, but it sounded like really loud static TV, and I liked that. Because when I was listening to it for the first time, I was like, suddenly transported to, you know, being 9 in my bedroom alone with my TV on and waking up to it. And suddenly having my first moment of existential dread. It was like a VHS TV, you know, carry it around, plug it in. It wasn't like I had a flat screen in my room at 9. And Tempest also is another one that felt very like classic Tool. But you know, they definitely tried some new stuff on this album, and I personally think it paid off. I liked it. So, sorry. And also Mockingbird was really interesting, because that was another one that's not very Tool-y. And I like that they chose, because I think Fear Inoculate is a pretty similar to their older stuff, but it kind of hints at like what's coming in this album. And then we get into the album, and then we end with like, yeah, this is what we were doing. It with Mockingbird, it's definitely like, you know, this is what we were going for, this is what we were doing, and I like that a lot. I just realized I look naked. I have a tank top on. I'm not naked, I promise. Sorry. That's not what I want views for, but you know what? That's why you're here. Hello, welcome. Hi, how are you? I know, honestly, that's all I really have to say. I made down these last 2 dumplings real quick. I did want to say I really hate the excuse me. I really hate the, you know, we waited 13 years for this. It took them 13 years to drop this new album. It's like, yes, it's been 13 years since their last album, but that doesn't mean in the past 13 years they've been like grinding away at this one album. And it's like, oh, it was such a masterpiece that it took 13 years to craft. Like, the longer it's been doesn't mean, you know, you need to expect more and more from it, which, like, I understand naturally that's gonna happen because you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you want it, and you've been, you know, fantasizing about what it's gonna be like. But if you do that, it's never gonna be what you want it to be, so lower your expectations. But that's not what I mean. I don't like when people use the how long it's been earth-shattering, but it's not what people wanted, and I think that's why people are upset. But just because it's not what you wanted doesn't mean it's bad. So we'll go with that. As I finish my last dumpling. I really enjoyed this album. It's one of those that I could sit with my good headphones in and just lay in my bed and just listen to, because it's very much an experience. It's very cohesive, and I've been listening to it over and over again. I enjoy listening to it over and over again. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's good. Sorry. I like it. It's good. If you disagree, you can tell me why. I'll take it with a grain of salt, because I'm always right. Not really. Music is subjective. Everything's subjective, actually. There's